ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. It is indeed a pleasure for me to share this afternoon. As the caption suggests, it's an evening for inspiration, and so we are going to do a little meditation. So I ask you at this time, before we start the meditation, just join in prayer with me. Lord, I thank you for this afternoon, and Father, as I share your word, I pray, God, that somebody will be blessed, someone will be edified, and that at the end, someone will give you glory and honor. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. So for this afternoon, for the next few minutes, we'll meditate on these two scriptures. The first scripture is Philippians 1, verse 6, and it says, I am certain that God, who began the good work within you, will continue his work until it is finally finished on the day when Christ returns. The second scripture is 2 Peter 1 verse 3, and it says, by his divine power, God has given us everything we need for living a godly life. We have received all of this by coming to know him, the one who called us to himself by means of his marvelous glory and excellence. And so it has dawned on me that in this time of upheaval, in this time when there's so much uncertainty, in this time of great changes, drastic changes, there are some persons who feel out of sorts. They do not know what is the next move to make. They do not know how to navigate some new spaces that we are all being forced into. But I am encouraged when I look at, I'll start with 2 Peter 1 verse 3, and it says, by his divine power, God has given us everything we need for living a godly life. Right? For life, it says, for life and godliness. That's what the King James Version says, for life and godliness. And to me, that means that everything that we need to navigate this space, because our aim, right, for our aim is to live a life that is pleasing unto God. He has already promised us that he has given us everything that we need for life and godliness. So whatever it is that we require, whatever internally that we require, it is already within us. That is such a consolation, because guess what? There are times when we say, Lord, I don't even know. And a lot of persons say that, oh, I am not this person, or I am not that person, or I just some mistake. So some person will say, I'm not a morning person, or I'm not an active person, I'm just not an exercising type of person. Or will say, I just some mistake, me just not have no patience. Me fuse just short. I encourage you this afternoon, everything that you need to navigate the spaces that you will encounter, whether it's today, tomorrow, next year, for the rest of your life, it has already been deposited in you. So I encourage you, what we need to do is say, Lord, just show me, just direct me to the patience bone that is already in my body. Just direct me to the part of me that is willing to wake up early each morning, because Lord, for this space, for the things that I want, the things that you want from me for this season requires that I become an early morning person. Lord, for this season, it is required of me that my level of fitness increases, because if I don't do that, Jesus, I'm going to end up in depression, I'm going to end up sick. So Father, whatever it is that is inside me that I need to pull out for me to open up that area of my being, of my mind, of my body, Lord, direct me to it. And that is what I encourage you. It is already there. Father, whatever skill that you have already deposited in me, I don't know it yet, but Father, there are some new skills that I need. Father, I'm not a technology person. I am not a person who does well with online school. I'm not an online school person. I'm an interaction person. God, you know, say me like the interaction, me like the crowd. But Father, for this season, I need to be able to function online. I need to be able to not only function, but to function well. And in your word, you promise that everything I need for living a God, for life and godliness is already in me. So Lord, I'm asking you to just pull it out. And that is what I'm encouraged. That's all I can encourage you and me to do this afternoon. Before March of 2020, I heard of Zoom. I just heard about it in past, but I really didn't know what it was. But because God knows that for this season, it is a medium that will become so relevant and we'll be using it so much. He allowed me to be able to figure it out, be able to navigate it and all of that. And just like me, there are so many persons there are things that they would normally have been doing, but because of the need that has arisen, because of various needs that have come about, there have been things in us that we have been unearthing. And I encourage us all this evening. There are different periods in our lives that we're going to go through that requires different aspects of us. But rest assured, whatever you need for whatever season you are going to go through, it has already been deposited in you. Whatever willpower that you need, it has already been deposited in you. There are things that needs to be unearthed just by some training. There are things that are going to need to be unearthed just by some mentorship. There are some things that are going to need to be unearthed by just doing some self-discovery, just doing some research for yourself. But the thing is, for every next season in your life, everything that you will be going through, you have already been deposited with the measure of grace, the measure of faith that you need to take you through that season. And I encourage you, ask the Lord, Father, this bone, I need this bone. I need the patience bone. Father, I need a tolerance bone. Jesus, I need the innovative bone. Direct me to the innovative side of my brain, Lord. It is already there, but direct me to it so I can unearth it and I can walk into the purpose. I can walk into the will. I can walk into what you have desired of me. The second scripture, as I mentioned before, is he that has begun a good work is faithful to complete it. So all of us, we are work in progress. So all of us, we have not gotten a lot of things right as yet. Do not beat up on yourselves too much. I want you to continue to working at it. I want you to continue to work at it. I want you to continue to press, because the work that has begun in you, he is faithful and he is just and he will complete that work. So one thing, everything that you need for life and godliness has already been deposited in you. Ask God, direct me to that part of you that needs to be unearthed. Secondly, he has begun a good work. Whatever it is that you have started to do, he is faithful. He will complete it. Just trust him. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you have a blessed and productive afternoon. It's with him. He already deposited it. Don't forget that. He already deposited it. Thank you for watching, guys.